While Thor is probably one of the most popular gods from Marvel these days thanks to the popularity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the fact that he's been an overall powerful and entertaining member of the Avengers team, there are lots of other gods when it comes to the Marvel Universe. And when it comes to the MCU, we've really only scratched the surface there. Join me as we count down the top 10 most powerful Marvel gods you've never heard of. Or have you? Number 10. Explorer. Explorer is one of the elders of the universe, some of the oldest living beings and entities to have ever existed. Among them are some names that you may recognize, although you may have not known them to be elders of the universe, such as the Collector and Grandmaster. Explorer is believed to be one of the oldest beings belonging to the elders, and considers the other members of the team to be like his siblings. He is probably one of the most lesser known of the elders of the universe despite his immortality, and also one of the most mysterious. If he has a power set, we don't really know what it is, but like the other elders, as time goes on, the longer you survive, it seems the more powerful you become, whether or not you have superpowers. Wisdom and time strengthen you. Explorer has only appeared in a few issues of the comics, which is why he's likely so often forgotten in comparison to other members of the Elders of the Universe. Number 9. Origin. Origin is a super cool idea for a character. I love how many cool abstract entities we have like this in the Marvel Universe and the multiverse. Origin represents all the origins we have within the Marvel Universe of 616, seen as a being therefore of fate. Origin is believed to have been the one responsible for summoning the forces and events needed to come together in order to have granted and ordained mutants abilities from the moment of their conception and growth in the womb, created groups like Fantastic Four, and brought Thor and the Asgardians to Earth. Basically, if something in 616 has an origin, Origin probably played a role in that. They are constantly in battle with an entity known as the Unbeing, who has sought to undo what they have brought to pass. Origin first appeared in Quasar in issue number 18. What a neat and, of course, powerful concept. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving this list and you want more lists like it where we talk about some of the lesser known cosmic entities and gods of the Marvel Universe, be sure to let us know by giving this video a thumbs up. Number 8. Black Winter. Black Winter is an entity that feels weird to me to have so low on this list, but at the same time, despite being a multiversal god-like cosmic being, they did recently get their metaphorical butt whooped by Thor in the comics. However, that's likely not the end of this cosmic entity, despite them appearing to have died there. There was a lot of foreshadowing that they brought with them when they appeared in the first story arc of Donny Cates's current 2020 Thor series. The Black Winter was formerly known as the Creeping Plague in the comics when they first appeared, but over many years revealed themselves more fully in the comics, being known by the name of Black Winter, as they generate a dark eldritch snowfall which can destroy anything that its flakes come into contact with. Pretty fitting name, I think. Pretty powerful entity. But still, no match for power cosmic amped up Thor, who drained Galactus of all his power, seemingly killing him in order to destroy this threat. Yeah, Thor OP. If Thor was someone that we didn't know about, he would be a great person for this list. But as I said, we all know Thor, right? Who doesn't know Thor? If you don't know Thor, I don't know, you don't know Marvel at this point. That's something you gotta know. Number 7. Witchcraft. Witchcraft is the goddess of witchcraft. As far as I know, she's only ever really appeared in the Scarlet Witch series, showing up there once. The goddess of witchcraft is, as she sounds she would be, the goddess of all magic and pretty much all magic users. Scarlet Witch sensed that something was wrong with magic and the goddess, and realized that witchcraft was basically being targeted by another abstract entity and god, Chaos. Chaos sought to destroy witchcraft and pretty much succeeded in the end, but Wanda's mother, Natalia Maximoff, also a powerful witch, sacrificed her own soul to bring back the goddess of witchcraft and to resurrect the powerful witch and Wanda's mentor, Agatha Harkness. Witchcraft is so cool, both the goddess and just like the whole world of it within Marvel. Such a cool idea. I need to go read more Scarlet Witch now. Excuse me. Number 6. Cthon. Cthon is the god of chaos, known for their attachment to the Scarlet Witch, aka Avenger Wanda Maximoff. Her powers of chaos have been tied to this god in the past, and at times, because of their ties, Cthon has even tried to break through into the earthly plane through her by attempting to possess her. well, succeeding in possessing her and then basically having to be like defeated is more what happened. Cthon actually belongs to a group of earthen gods known as the Elder Gods. Why does that sound so spookily familiar? The Elder Gods? Cthon is actually believed to be the most powerful of all the Elder Gods actually. He has connections to dark magic and chaos magic and is not just a powerful god, but also an immensely powerful mystical force besides. Basically just bad news. If Cthon shows up to the party, get out of there, it's gonna be chaos all over the place. Number 5. Falconer the Exhumer. Thanks to Eternals and Guardians of the Galaxy from the MCU, the Celestials have become a more common Marvel god group, something that you can throw around at a party with a bunch of people that, you know, haven't read all the comics and they'll be like, I know who the Celestials are. Sweet. The Celestials are the one who created the Eternals and, in essence, in the MCU, use them to birth new Celestials. Celestials are creators of life, but tragically, worlds kinda have to be sacrificed in the MCU in order to create Celestials and incubate them. Earth was at one point one of the worlds threatened by the birth of a new Celestial, but in the MCU, the Eternals banded together to prevent Earth's destruction, managing to turn the waking Celestial into marble before it could basically rise up. However, in the comics, the dark truth the Eternals learn is that in reality, the Celestials actually plan to cultivate and then harvest humanity and Earth to use in their battle against the corrupted Dark Celestials and the Horde, which threatened both the Celestials and basically the universe. Where the Celestials are inherently seen as neutral or sometimes a good force, the Dark Celestials are pure evil and really only seek to awaken the Horde and to just destroy stuff. Falconer the Exhumer was no exception and was a member of the final host of the Dark Celestials. Falconer, with the others of his group, attempted to attack and destroy Earth, but Iron Man banded together with the Avengers after learning the secrets of the Unimind, because at that point the Eternals were gone. Creating a Unimind and banding together with the Celestials, Earth was able to fight back and defeat Falconer and their brethren. Bye, Dark Celestials. Except not really, because, you know, Celestials are hard to destroy, but you can stop them if you try really hard and you believe, and you create a Unimind. Number 4. Eternity. When it comes to the main comic book continuity of Earth 616, basically that's what Eternity is. Well, Eternity and his sister Infinity kind of. Together they embody the 616 universe. Eternity is also an abstract entity that represents time as well, making them pretty epically powerful. There are some that usurp them when it comes to their power levels, but those beings would usually be more on a multiversal level, on a whole other level of just powerful, because there's the universe and then there's the multiverse, baby. Eternity has been stated to be above all other abstract entities in the 616 universe, including Mistress Death, Master Order, and Lord Chaos. Within the realm of 616, there is almost no power too great for them to possess as the embodiment of that universe. They can easily manipulate it and bend it to their will as they see fit. Because I mean, they are it, so yeah. Number 3. The Living Tribunal. The Living Tribunal basically represents the justice of the multiverse. They are one of the most powerful beings and entities in the entire multiverse, though obviously aren't at the top of the food chain when it comes to our most powerful but lesser known gods of the Marvel Universe and multiverse. The Living Tribunal only has one form, but is in essence a constant and can exist across multiple realities at the same time. However, any alternates seen in this way are really just one entity, therefore not alternates, because the Living Tribunal is able to be at multiple places at once. As I said, they can exist, there can be multiple versions, but it's really just one. You know what I mean? It's an OP trait. I would love to be able to do that, to just have me and be as I am, but then have multiple versions of me across realities. Think of how much work I could get done. The Living Tribunal in essence represents the Marvel multiverse and exists to uphold its integrity and stability, working as the force of justice within the multiverse. The Living Tribunal also has power levels that are off the charts, and at one point a version of Adam Warlock took the place of this powerful entity after the Living Tribunal died, becoming the new Living Tribunal. Adam Warlock, Living Tribunal, here to do the job. There are lots of Adam Warlocks across the multiverse. Number 2. The One Below All. I mean, it's really hard to say between these top 2 points who's really the more powerful between them, because they're kind of like different sides of the same coin. But this is what I decided to go with. If you disagree, you can let me know in the comments. I'm cool with that. We can have a debate. It'll be fun. I'm definitely giving away my #1 spot, by the way, if you are deep in the god mythos of Marvel. But if you are, good for you, and also thanks for still watching this video just to see what little old me thinks about these gods and their rankings. I think you're neat. The one below all is basically the real Satan or devil of the Marvel Universe. I know that Mephisto, Azazel, and Damon Hellstrom's father have all kind of claimed to be like the one and only devil, but really that title most truly belongs to the one below all. They are the dark side of the multiverse's creator, and as such are also an all-powerful, omnipotent, omniscient, multiversal entity and being. Although where the other half is more broad when it comes to, their focus, the one below all is pretty niche. They basically rule over gamma mutates, being the source of mutagenic gamma energy, which is still super cool. It's just that's kind of more their focus. They can possess and overtake gamma-powered or mutated individuals and bend them to their will, making them not just powerful, but also a pretty scary entity overall. And if you want to learn more about that, you can check it out in Immortal Hulk, which if you haven't read it, you should read it because it's the best thing since sliced bread. #1, the one above all. The one above all is so powerful they don't even have their own designated universe. Instead, they exist in all of the universes, being a multiversal entity and constant. And yes, if you haven't already guessed, they are the other side of the coin when it comes to the one below all. In essence, the one above all is like the god of the Marvel comic book multiverse. They are the creator of all things, and despite the existence of many other gods and immortal constants, both good and bad, they exist pretty much above them all. The one true power of the multiverse. They are seen to be an omnipotent and omniscient being who can do all and see all. It is believed that everything that exists in the multiverse was in fact ultimately created by them. Out of respect for the two major creative forces that started it all, the one above all has at times appeared to resemble both Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, often considered Marvel's founding fathers, which I think is also super sweet and appropriate. Who would the one below all though be? Who's like the Satan of Marvel? Who are some of your favorite gods from Marvel Comics and from the MCU? Which do you think are the most powerful? Who do you think is the most obscure or forgotten among them? Let us know in the comments below. This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.